Om Namah Shivaya. So today I would like to tell you a little yoga story. It's a true story, an anecdote, as true as it gets. Of course, when it comes to truthfulness, we have a few issues. In general, spiritual teachers are used to embellish the truth or make up a lot of things in order to drive their point. So that's something we have to look out for. On top of that, in general, comedians are also known to just start from a true fact, but then for the sake of humor, embellish again and invent the whole story, most of it. On top of that, another element is that in the last few years, the color orange has been associated with lying. So here's a triple whammy. When you have an orange-clad Swami who's one of his several non-yoga personalities, is a student of comedy, then you may be very doubtful about, what I'm going to tell you is really true. But I would say it's at least 95% true. So here it is. The background is yoga is a mystical path. So you do certain practices and you get experiences in return. One such path is Kundalini. So in Kundalini Yoga, you do a number of practices in order to awaken the Kundalini for your spiritual growth. But on the way up of that Kundalini power arising, then there are quite a few experiences that typically come. They come with a different level of intensity. And the story I'm about to say is about like a very intense experience, which is unbelievable in many ways, but again, true. So this happened in Shivananda Yoga Center in San Francisco many years ago. And there's a young adept there who practices intensely pranayama. One of the usual manifestation of that Kundalini is by different shakings of the body. When the body trembles, it can be subtle, but it can also be quite violent. And sure enough, this intense yogi, started to feel his body shaking extremely violently in different directions. And what happens is that he got, of course, very excited, but something really unusual happened at the time, is that normally when you get overly emotionally affected by the experience and focus on the experience itself, it stops. But here, at that time, it continued and it kept on shaking and stronger, and no matter what. So it was very powerful. So obviously, this yogi was extremely pleased to see that manifestation of the Kundalini Shakti. After about 15 or 20 seconds, it totally stopped. So when it was over, as he was processing his experience, there was some commotion in the yoga center. He was living in that yoga center. So a lot of people started to run around and get all excited. So as it turns out, what happened at that very moment was the great earthquake in San Francisco of 1989. Om Shanti.